I am Georgiana Stanchu, the curator at the Royal Canadian Regiment Museum at Wolseley Barracks in London, Ontario. The museum was in the plans since 1886. So as the regiment evolved, the museum function was part of the headquarters duties. And it is still today, and that's a quite interesting situation in the history of museums in Canada.
I joined the Royal Canadian Regiment in 1982 on graduation from Western University here in London, Ontario, and was part of the regimental family for 35 years.
Museums are important for learning, to get children out of the classroom, so you can have the hands-on historical inquiry type of learning. I think there's nothing better than being here in the museum, handling an artifact that you may have read about or you've heard stories about, and you go, man, this was used in World War I, or somebody used this in World War II, and you can examine it and see it, and you develop different ways of getting into history, into the inquiry-based sort of questioning for students. So it brings history to life for them as well. And I haven't met one child coming through a museum who's had a bad day at school by coming to the museum. So,
the Museum of the Royal Canadian Regiment is where we house our history, our heritage, our tradition, our memories. And so it is, it's that kind of magical place where the past is kept for all to see, for us to be able to share. And I use the word us because I still consider myself part of that family. So a great place. And so we select part of that history, part of that heritage to be able to share with Canadians who go through the museum.
Well, we have tours for kindergarten, senior kindergarten right up to grade 12, and those tours would run anywhere from 60 minutes for the younger children right up to a 240-minute day, which we are calling Day at the Museum. And so the activities could be as simple as a scavenger hunt that's self-led, if that's how you want to come to the museum. We also have a scavenger hunt that is led by tour guides where we stop down and do some activities along the way. We also have programs like Army Life, where you'll do a bit of shoe polishing, a little bit of sewing on of buttons, understanding the day in the life of a soldier back in the 19th century. And various other programs about remembrance, which is a big program for us in October and November, although we offer it year-round. One of the key things that sets us apart as a museum for students to come here with their teachers and their classes is that we actually have Royal Canadian Regiment veterans who lead the tours. So we have a combination of veteran tour guides and a combination of mainly university history students as tour guides. So we have the younger volunteers do a lot of the hands-on kind of interactive things, whereas that one-on-one with a veteran is such a rich experience for the kids that they come away. Some of our veterans have been referred to as being gossips because they have so many anecdotal stories, little stories of adventure, places they've been, stories they know, and the kids are just, wow.
Currently, the museum is governed by a board of directors that responds to the Royal Canadian Regiment, the internal structure of the Royal Canadian Regiment. It's operated with 2 full-time staff and 2 part-time staff, many volunteers, and their contribution is very much appreciated and valued here at the museum because they not only bring a wealth of work, but they also bring extensive knowledge about the regiment, the regimental history, activities, operations, and so on. The museum is a not-for-profit organization under the chaperone of the Royal Canadian Regiment.
And it is ranked as one of the best military museums in the country, and we should be proud and we should celebrate. London should celebrate what a great gem they have here in the city. It's about a regiment's life, and the soldiers that were part of that regiment. And so it's about people, it's about Canadians. It's all those things that make the Museum of the Royal Canadian Regiment a magical place. And I use that word deliberately because it's about people, it's about history, it's about heritage, it's about Canada. And so anyone out there who's even thinking about it, check it out. You won't be disappointed. You will find some gem there, and how it has been modernized. You actually walk through time as you go through the Museum of the Regiment. So check it out, please. You won't be disappointed.